Hello and welcome. This is a short tutorial video on how to construct a water conveyor system. You can see I've already built one type of water conveyor here. The ultimate goal is to get to my trap zone, which is heavily under construction at the point, or reconstruction as I've severely tweaked it, but let's go over here and get some water. Water conveyors are best constructed 3 blocks wide, using 2 blocks in the corner method to create a nice even flow, as you will see here. And the water will flow up to this point, but it won't spill off. It's very important to notice. What it will do, however, is force you off that block onto the next point, which is where we can put more water to increase the length of the conveyor. This particular method of conveyor requires that your traps and or places you want to go are lower than where you start the conveyor at. So it only goes really downhill. So let's get down here so we can better place the block, fight against the current, and nice even flow. Again, it also doesn't come off. This particular section here is not quite finished, doesn't flow particularly right, but overall you can see that nice, consistent, constant flow there. That's what we want and what is good for us. You can see I have extra water blocks back there from when I turn this off, so I can show you guys. And there we go, all the way up. Now, reasons for having this is this particular design for a conveyor is extremely good for mob traps, as that's actually what this down here was at the time before I turned it off and wanted to show you guys this. I had mobs spawn in that hallway, and in this area there's actually a cavity that runs underneath here and above here. I had to light and then wall this off, just so that this would be the only dark space around my base. And this was a lighted cavity, thus mobs wouldn't spawn. They'd spawn in this cavity instead. And what this allowed me to do is mobs would spawn back here, and their AI would just wander around aimlessly until, whoosh, it hit the water trap. What this does is the mob can't fight against the current. You can sort of fight, but it takes a long time, and the mobs don't do that. And so inevitably forces them down to this point. Now at this point, they can't go back. They're stuck. And that wasn't there at the time, so I'll just crush that. So they couldn't jump up on my access way, so they were forced into this tight area. And I'd have a block off there, I have a block off here that's still here, forcing them into where I had a gigantic water net trap. Unfortunately, the water trap has some dead zones, which makes it unsuitable for, better... Oh, crap, my mouse is spazzing on me here for a second. The water trap has some dead zones, which makes it not entirely ideal. But that's type 1 water conveyor. Continuous conveyor going from upper level to lower level. Now, let me go over and show you type 2. This is a type 2 water conveyor, utilizing principles learned in construction of the type 1. You'll notice that half blocks are considered a full block to water, which means that it allows you a nice way to get up close to the water. This is important because you can utilize this type of conveyor for making a flat design water conveyor to force mobs towards your traps, better herding, or you can use it as a means of conveyance. Let's go. Whee! This is fun. This allows you to make nice ramps or water-powered people movers, kind of like airports, so you can get from point A to point B without having to use a minecart, powered entirely by water. Utilize a lot of half stone. The downsides to this particular design for a water conveyor are naturally the stone block gaps. These are necessary as if you didn't have these gaps here, the water flows get chaotic, and cause problems. It's overall just easier to wall it off with these blocks. In addition to that, the blocks allow you to get up and on them and over them easily. Mobs, however, while they can stand on these blocks, can't fight against the water flow. And thus you can use this to move a flat distance for mobs. They'll come up to this point, their AI will spaz out a bit, try and go that way, eventually try hit this way, and then they're forced to go this way. Useful for herding. Construction is relatively the same as the other one. Water block there, flat distance. It's best to have it going straight a distance. 3 blocks wide is a good width. It's only 1 block high in total. However, you want to have a roof above your head to give you the ability to jump, move around, and plus mob AI gets a little spazzy if it can't jump at least 1 block. Well, here we go. Thanks, guys. Later.